gentlemen, and welcome back. For you, we have John Caldwell against our Harvey Lakers. I'm brought to you by David White. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing pretty well. We saw some great volleyball here to start off regionals, game 3 of 10. So just getting into what promises to be a long and hopefully entertaining day. But so far, so good.
Yeah, that's true. On the lineup for Harvey, we have number 1, Haley Messer. Number 2, Alice McDonald. Number 3, Ava Grieve. Number 5, Ava Grieve. Number 6, Lauren Haley. 8, Lauren Peasy. 10, Natalie Bernard. 12, Maddie Chisholm. 13, Riley DeMerchant. And 14, Hannah Mason. So we know Harvey has a very, very strong front net with, oh my goodness, Lauren Peasy and Natalie Bernard. They've been big on the previous games tonight.
Yep. The Lakers, if you're just joining us, had a great game to start this day off. They took care of business against the Heartland Huskies. Scores 25-8 and 25-13, I believe. So those games were never really in question, but the Lakers still brought it, and we'll look to see that same focus against an opponent who is the lowest seed coming into this tournament, but you still got to be careful and aware.
Yeah, that's true. We have Ava Grieve serving for Harvey. Up by number 6. Right back over by Lauren Peasy with the kill.
There's a great start to the game by the Lakers. A few different girls touching the ball.
Yeah, great heads-up play by Lauren Peasy, knowing that the ball was in the right place for her to just send it right back. Received by number 2, lands out of bounds.
It's Chantel Pelletier for the John Caldwell Golden Knights.
Yeah. Ava Grieve over to number 11. Up by number 5. Can't get over the net.
Yeah, there's Chelsea Stacy. Tried to punch it over for the Gold Knights, but can't quite get it. Knights are playing very far back.
Yeah, I think they might have watched Ava Grieve serve in the earlier games, knowing that she does like to hug that back line, so might be their strategy, try and shut her out.
Yeah, that does make sense. Yeah, we'll see if they change formations when a different server comes in.
Up by number 6. A little bit off the hands, weird. Number 6 being Lori Lachance.
Yeah. Golden Knights definitely having trouble fielding these serves. Grieve is probably one of the strongest servers on the Lakers side, but
she's definitely a big threat when she's behind that line. Received by Natalie. Lauren Peasy going for another kill. Up by number 5. Bunks it over by number 9. Can't quite get it over the net.
Yeah, nice to see a bit of a rally there, but ultimately Lakers still do get the point.
Yeah, Lakers on a 6-0 run, though. Trying not to jinx them. Received by number 11. Lands way out of bounds. Number 11, Emily St. Amand. Trying to get the bunt over to her teammates, but just hit her arms way too hard for her to control the recoil.
Yeah, these balls come fast and come with a lot of power. Very hard to field.
Number 6 sending it back. Chisholm up with the serve to Natalie Bernard. Good block by number 9 on the Golden Knights.
Nice work by Aurélie Bouchard, who goes up, and the Golden Knights needed that, swinging a bit of momentum their way. They get on the board now and look to cut into this lead.
Seen by Ava Grieve, hits the ceiling. Definitely been seeing a lot of strong servers today. A lot of times we see that it hits their arms, they don't even move their arms that much and it hits the ceiling.
Yeah, these balls coming with a lot of strength. Got head referee Aislinn Shriver making that call that the ball landed inbounds. She's supported by her colleague across the way, Matt Bedard.
That ball landed out of bounds for the Lakers' point. Getting a little bit extra help from Lakers bench, standing up at the very back line. Help make those calls. Maddie Chisholm up to serve. Received by number 9. Blocked by Natalie Bernard up the net. Point for Harvey.
Yeah, you were mentioning before the game the strong net front presence, and we've seen both Peasy and Bernard getting some points from right up front.
Yeah, they're definitely not afraid to get aggressive at the front of the net. trying to keep that one up, but knocks it on the back line. Point for Harvey.
Interesting to see the formation defensively change anyways. I think you were right. They were watching the Lakers warm up. Ava Grieve with a very strong serve, but the Golden Knights playing a bit more of a traditional setup right now. 4 back and 2 at the net.
Yeah, that's a good pointer. Number 11 trying to send that one over. Emily St. Amand. Couldn't quite get enough power to send it over the net.
And even if she had, Natalie Bernard was there with some height, so I don't know if that was looking good for the Golden Knights either way.
Yeah, that's true. Maddie Chisholm sending it over to Emily. Up by number 5. Sent back over by Emily. Received by Chisholm. Up from Natalie. Spiked down by Peasy. Number 5 keeping it up. Number 11 going for the big. Couldn't quite convert it though. Good effort by the Golden Knights. Still trying to keep it up even when it's almost out of play.
They're getting a lot more into this. Early on in the game, it looks like it could have gotten messy with Ava Greaves' big service run. But thankfully, the Golden Knights, I think they've got a bit more confidence. They were able to field some balls, get some rallies, and get some points on the board. So
yeah, that's
we'll
true.
look to see a bit more of a competitive matchup, hopefully, going forward.
Yep, Maddie Chisholm picking up the ace there, bringing the Lakers lead up to 10 points. Received by 9. Up by Emily. Chisholm keeping that one in the air. Natalie set it to Peasy. Bunting it over. Number 5 keeps it alive. Number 9 spikes it to the back line. That's Haley Messer trying to keep that one in play, but didn't think it was going to come at her that fast.
No. Golden Knights hadn't really done many of those heavy hits, but that was a good hit from Aurélie Bouchard, and great work by, I believe that was Chelsea Stacy, number 5, with the dig that kept it alive initially.
Haley Messer keeping that one up. Ava serves it over to Natalie Bernard, sends it over. A bit of teamwork there. Number 9 going for the ball. No one called the ball, so a little bit of miscommunication.
Still nice to see the Golden Knights really laying out to try to get those balls, keep them in play.
Yeah, the Golden Knights taking a more aggressive pace in this game.
See him back up a bit further again for Natalie Bernard's service.
Couldn't quite keep it in the court. Haley Messer, the libero of the team, served in for Natalie.
Yeah. Now, I wonder if Bernard did try to pull her punch a little bit, saw that the defense was further back and looked for a more shallow serve. But
yeah, trying to maybe force a dig there from the defensive side. Riley DeMarchi going up the spike. That one lands out.
Tough break for the rookie. DeMerchant, the only grade 9 on this Harvey roster. Harvey has a very heavy senior roster right now with 6 of the 12 girls graduating.
Definitely a lot of veterans on the team, so a lot of experience coming from the girls, and hopefully sharing it with the rookies a little bit.
We had a nice little pregame ceremony for those senior players who are Alice McDonald, Ava Grieve, Maddie Chisholm, Lauren Haley, Haley Messer, and Natalie Bernard.
Peasy with the serve, up by number 5. Number 7 sending that one over. Lands right on top of the net and pushes it a little bit out of Ava Greaves' way. Knocks that one out of bounds.
Yeah, a bit of an unconventional hit there from Brianna Young. It went kind of pretty far horizontally and just fell on the Lakers' side. Those can be hard to track.
Definitely a hard judgment call there by Ava Greaves. But Emily sends that one over. DeMerchant setting up Ava Greaves. Emily Amon keeping that one up. Number 5 over to number 9. Number 9 with the nice back bump, Aurélie Bouchard. Getting that one right in between all the girls on Harvey's. Number 11 for the Golden Knights, Emily Amon. Peasy keeps that one up, over to Lauren. Ava Greaves spikes that one over. A little bit of a scramble, keeps it alive. Peasy bumps it up. Lauren back over to Ava. Lands out of bounds. 7 couldn't quite repeat the last scramble.
There are some good digs there and good stretching out by the defense. Chantel Pelletier, wearing number 2 for the Golden Knights, had done a good job keeping some of those rallies alive.
Yeah, definitely a lot of struggle plays we've been seeing, but they've been keeping the ball alive and making it interesting. But Ava Green with the big smash on the Golden Knights side.
One of our biggest hits tonight, and that's very definitively a Harvey point.
Yeah, just on the line side. That's kind of hard to block there. Lauren sending that one over. Received by number 2. Up by number 5. 7. She's sending that one out of bounds. She has that high lob when she tries to spike it over on the other side. Maybe trying to get the lights as an advantage to maybe blind the Harvey players, I guess.
Could be, yeah. I mean, the sun in your eyes when you're playing outdoor sports is definitely something you need to consider. I had not really much of a gym sport athlete, but I hadn't considered that. Something to think about.
Possibly. Lauren Haley serving still for Harvey.
Yeah, nice little run here by Haley. She's got that underhand serve, but it can be deceptively low sometimes. And she just gets in a rhythm and goes.
Yeah, that's true. But Ava Green putting that one right in the middle of the court.
It's in a rhythm and goes. Yeah, that's true.
Lauren Haley, those underhand serves are extremely persistent and consistent, so you don't mess up as often as the overhand serves, but they're still a good way to get on the other side.
Yep, and it does force the defense to adapt a little more, right? If you're always seeing the same kind of serve, yeah, they can be tough to field, but at least you know what to expect. With the underhand for some players, the overhand, you switch it up with the jump serves, the power of the short ones, and that keeps defenses on their toes.
That's true, yeah. Allie DeMerchant with the big spike there. Number 5 with the desperate play, keep it alive, over to Haley. Chisholm sending that one to Ava Grieve with a big spike. Sending it on the other side, touched by number 9, short fall.
It's a valiant effort up front by Aurélie Bouchard, trying to get hands up and block that. But, as we mentioned before, Ava Grieve can really hit the ball, and that came over with a lot of power.
Yeah, she had good timeout as well. It was just too strong to keep her arms straight up.
23-8 is your score now. Lakers firmly in the driver's seat.
Picking up that 15-point lead. Lauren Haley still serving. Received by number 7. Number 5 putting up in the air. 9 calling the ball. Peasy receiving. Up by Chisholm. DeMerchant trying to convert, couldn't quite. Number 2 serving to the front line. Number 9 with the trick play, but DeMerchant was there.
I've seen those kinds of plays a couple times from the Golden Knights, kind of trying to hit it backwards over the net. And sometimes it works, but if you're not looking at that net, sometimes you might catch the top a bit more.
Yeah, you can't quite see where the defenders are either to try and choose what path you're going to send the ball either.
So that set is over in quick order. 25-8 is your score in favor of the Lakers. We'll update you a little bit more with the out-of-town scoreboard as well. As we mentioned during the last broadcast, the senior boys, who are also playing their regional matchups in Woodstock, have won their first game. It was a close one against Nakawik. Scores were 28-26 Lakers in the first set, 25-20 for Nakawik in the second, and 15-10 Lakers in the third and deciding set. So Lakers really cutting it close there against Nakawik early. They play again against Fundy at 11:45. Good luck to the boys, and big thanks to Mrs. Gregory for getting us those score updates.
Yep. Yeah, no, my mom definitely likes to share with me what Joe's doing outside of town, so.
Yeah. Good luck to Joe and the rest of the senior boys. And their matchups in Woodstock, they do have the advantage of multiple courts, so they should be done fairly early in the day. Well, relatively early compared to us here. We're in game 3 of 10, so it's a long one here in the David McMullen Gymnasium. We should also take some time to thank our volunteers. Big thanks to Alice Vautour and Maddie Fraser-Cole, who are working the door today. Holly Henry and Delaney McElwain are at the minor officiating table. And, of course, Don Fletcher has put in a lot of work behind the scenes as the athletic director to make this whole regional tournament happen. So big thanks to him. And make sure you grab something from the canteen if you're stopping by. The hot dogs are delicious, as per our cameraman for this set, Mr. Michael Fletcher. Big thanks to him as well. And Ashton Little, who is working the console.
Number 5 serving that one over. Received by Lauren Haley. Spike down by Natalie Bernard, received by Emily. Up by 5. Tried to get sent over by number 1. Didn't quite have the hand on it.
Yeah, that third hit wasn't quite going to do it. Tough break from for the Golden Knights, rather.
It's definitely hard to get a grip on the ball when it's spinning that fast as well.
Yep.
Ooh, but there's that Ava Grieve with the hard serve, and number 2 just ducking out of the way.
Yeah, sometimes it's coming so fast. There's not really much else you can do.
Yeah, not really.
Get out of the way and try again for the next one.
Yeah. But Ava Grieve sending that one into the net. Score is 2-1. Harvey leads. Number 9 now serving for the Golden Knights. Aurel Bouchard. Received by Haley. Up by Natalie. Hannah Mason sending that one over. Quick point on Harvey's end.
Yeah, good work by Mason. Kind of hitting that cross court.
Yeah, she's also another one of those heavy front net players that you don't quite want to have an easy set like that.
Mm-hmm. Lakers have a few of those, which is nice. Gives them some flexibility at the front of the net and within the rotation. No matter where you are in the 6-person rotation, there's always someone dangerous up there at the front.
That is true. Received by Ava Grieve. Up by Chisholm. Hannah Mason going for the trick play. Received by 5. Emily keeping that one alive. Lauren up with that one. But Natalie Bernard with the quick spike. Little scramble. Miscommunication on number 12 and 11 from the Golden Knights. Gabrielle Godin and Emily St. Amand. Not quite calling the ball, having a little bit of a clash there.
Yeah, we've got a bit of a buzz from the stands. Definitely a lot of fans here in the David McMullen Gymnasium. Not hearing a huge amount on the court from either side.
Yeah, no, definitely was a quieter game this time around than the last one that Harvey played. Riley DeMerchant sending that one out of bounds.
Tough break for DeMerchant, but as we mentioned, the youngest player on this squad has had less time to adjust to the dimensions of the senior court than the rest of her teammates. So we're sure as the years go on, she'll keep that power and really hone that accuracy. So keep an eye on number 13 in future years here for the Lakers.
Hannah Mason up to serve. Straight line over by number 1. 5 keeping alive. Emily Amon sending that one over. Ava Grieve received. Chisholm sending that one over to Haley Messer. Number 9 over to 5. Number 12 keeping alive. Lauren keeping that one up. Oh my land, I'm lost for words. Ava Grieve keeping that one, spiking that one over.
Jolene McCarthy for the Golden Knights sends that high. Looks like it almost came down without touching the rafters, but bounced around a little bit there. That almost touched the top of the ceiling.
Yeah, it was definitely, you can definitely tell there's a lot of power on that spike. Hannah Mason spiked that one over. 9 keeping alive. Number 1 trying to send it back over. Couldn't quite get it over.
We've got Hannah Mason now doing her patented pre-serve routine with the 5 dribbles and the ball slap, and we're good to go.
Number 9 receiving. Number 1 bunting it over to Emily. Keeps it alive over to Ava. Up by Chisholm. Haley Messer keeps that one up. But the ball lands on the score table.
Holly Henry ducks out of the way there, and we might have a brief stoppage in play as the teams grab all the lineup cards, pencils, and get set. Good heads-up dodge there by Holly Henry, working that scorecard.
Yeah, we're definitely keeping everyone on their toes tonight. Hannah Mason picking up the quick point once again with their routine serve.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if we can say she's superstitious, but I think it is safe to say with her routine, she's at least a little stitious.
At least a little bit. Number 1 receiving, over to Emily. Bunts it over, received by Grieve. Up by Chisholm. Haley Messer with a hit. Lands that one out of bounds, though.
Those hits are tough from the back row. Mr. Fletcher and I were observing during the warm-ups, Haley Messer does not do the service practice that the other girls do, and I think that's having to do with the libero position. Rarely called upon to serve, and not from the libero position, so hard to get those hits from the back row anyways.
Yep. Received by Grieve, up by Chisholm. Back to Grieve with the spike. Received by Emily. A little bit more miscommunication there.
Tough break for the Golden Knights, as that was well fielded by Emily Saint-Amand. And those Ava Grieve hits can be tough to field, and that was a playable ball.
That it was. Lauren keeping that one, sending that over. Up by 9 into the rafters, Aurel Bouchard.
Was going in the right direction, but just had a little too much height on it.
A little too much power, I guess. Number 2, Alice McDonald. Just out of reach by number 1 on the Golden Knights, Jolene McCarthy. Alice McDonald, overhand serve, straight over to McCarthy. Up by 12, called for the double touch, or the carry, rather.
Yeah. Head referee Aislinn Scriver making that call, supported across the way by Matt Bedard.
Alice McDonald fields it over to Emily. Couldn't quite get the right hand on that. I think that one was going out of bounds. Alice McDonald fielding over to Emily once again. Tried to get sent back by Gabriella Godin from the Golden Knights wearing number 12. Couldn't quite get there fast enough.
Good scramble by the Golden Knights. We see they don't give up on these balls, which is nice to see when they're going far out of bounds. You always see a black jersey scrambling out there to get at least in the vicinity.
That is true, yeah. Number 9 from the Golden Knights, Aurel Bouchard, trying to go for a big spike there. Couldn't quite keep it in the court, though.
Certainly one of the Golden Knights' most powerful players. We've seen some strong service from her, as well as some net front hits.
Yeah, that's definitely a good pointer. She definitely is a lot more aggressive than the other girls up front on the net as well. From the big hits and all the spikes that we've been seeing from her today.
We do have a substitution as Brianna Young is going to check in and Gabrielle Godin is going to check out. She's going to chat with Coach Summer Greenglass for the Golden Knights as she gives Godin some tips.
Alice McDonald still serving. Aurel Bouchard couldn't quite volley that one as it slipped right between her fingers.
Nice service from McDonald.
Yeah, she definitely likes serving on either the right or the left corner. But Ava Grieve going up with the send back over to Emily.
Good direct net front hit there from Grieve. So we can see that on the instant replay. Big thanks again to Ashton Little for running that, as well as Michael Fletcher at the camera. And we should mention Tiana Arnold, who is running our scoreboard. Nolan Bongarrier is in the house as well. He's taking his break as we kind of stagger our own substitutions up here, the stream team, for this big 10-game affair.
Number 7 for the Golden Knights, Brianna Young, sending that one at the official.
Aislinn Scriver gets a hand up to protect herself there, but I think we're all laughs and good-natured, all good.
Yeah.
So we hear the apology there from the Golden Knights players. It's a dangerous spot for a referee, right in the thick of things.
Definitely is. But the rookie Riley DeMerchant biting the dust there on her first serve, sending that one into the net.
20-6 is your score. Our Lakers again find themselves definitely in the driver's seat, looking to close out this second set and secure the win against these Golden Knights.
Yeah, Harvey definitely is a team that controls the pace of a game very well. Natalie Bernard up with the spike there. Couldn't quite get it right back over the net from the Golden Knights, but good effort. Ava Grieve serving for the Lakers. That one's into the net.
Golden Knights getting lucky there. We did see them back in the 6-back position.
Yeah. As
every player was well in the back half of the court, ready to receive those strong serves.
Yeah, their special defense against Ava Grieve. Maddie Chisholm now up to serve for the Harvey Lakers. received by number 9.
Nice
Aurel
dig by Bouchard to try to keep it alive. Tough break as the rest of the Golden Knights can't send it over, but Bouchard really laying out to keep that one in play.
Yeah, Chisholm's serve is one that goes fast but drops hard. Like, you have to be there very fast in order to receive it.
Yeah, Lakers are pretty blessed. I don't know if you can say they really have a weak link in their serves. Definitely Ava Grieve, one of the strongest players, but every other girl on that roster is capable of going off 3, 4, 5 serves in a row.
Yep, that's definitely a good pointer. I don't quite think we've seen a player mess up all too often on the Harvey Lakers side from serving. But Emily keeping that one up. Number 2 from the Golden Knights, Chantal Pieltier, trying to get that one over.
Yep. And that will do it. 25-7 is the final score in favor of the Lakers. So, Lakers have gotten the 2-0 start here in this round robin, looking very strong as they take a break after their second game. This is John Caldwell's first as they go down 0-1 to start things off. What did you like about that game, Charlie?
Well, Mr. White, I'd probably have to point out Harvey's aggressiveness up on the front of the court, on the net especially. Natalie Bernard getting up there, and Ava Grieve. Every time the ball is a little bit too close to the net on the Golden Knights sets, they're just right up there ready to send it right back over to the line.
Yeah.
So they're not afraid of sitting on top of the net and going for aggressive plays.
Yeah, you do like to see that they're not hesitating. They'd rather err on the side of caution and get up just in case. And with these quick sets, it's not like they're wearing themselves out either. So nice to see the Lakers taking care of business early as they have secured victories now against both Heartland and the John Caldwell Golden Knights. If you're a Lakers fan, you're going to want to tune in again at 2 p.m. as they take on the Samuel de Champlain Jaguars, and again at 7 as they face the other top seed team, the Southern Victoria Vikings, who are also 1-0 to start tonight off. Yeah. So I guess with that, we will wrap up. We're estimating that next game, which is scheduled for 12:45 between the Southern Victoria Vikings and the Heartland Huskies, may be starting early. We're guessing maybe around 20 after 12. So make sure you stay tuned here on the Harvey Lakers YouTube channel all day so you can catch all the action. Big thanks once again to Holly Henry, Delaney McElwain at the minor officiating table, head referee Aislinn Scriver, and referee Matt Bedard. Our tech crew here for the stream team, Michael Fletcher, Ashton Little, and Tiana Arnold, as well as Nolan Bongarrier. And thanks to you, Charlie.
Well, thank you for commentating with me, Mr. White.
My pleasure. And we'll see you again soon for that Southern Vic and Heartland game. Take care.